Did you know that Stardew Valley has a wallet? It's not like a wallet with money in it. It's more like a wallet full of loyalty cards that you hardly ever use. But if you subscribe now, you can get an ezlilyy loyalty card. And with that, you can watch tons of Stardew Valley videos. So subscribe for your ezlilyy loyalty card. Alrighty, let's get started with one of the most useful wallet items in the game, and that is the skull key. When you finish the vault bundle at the community center and restore the bus, Pam will go back to work and she will be able to drive you to the desert for 500 gold a trip. When you get to the desert, there's a skull cavern, but you cannot access it. It will be locked until you get the skull key. Luckily for us, the skull key is pretty easy to obtain. All you need to do is dive into the regular mines and make it all the way down to floor 120. Doing this is not that difficult because in the regular mines, your progress will be saved every 5 levels and you can just take the elevator to get back down the next day. Getting the skull key is pretty important because in the skull cavern you will find iridium ore, and we love iridium ore. Now onto another key, but this time it's just used as a regular old rusty key. But this rusty key is great because with it you can access the sewers, and in the sewers you can meet one of the most beloved characters in Stardew Valley, Krobus. Krobus will sell you all kinds of fun things like void eggs, a star drop, a majestic return scepter, and every Friday he will sell one iridium sprinkler for only 10,000 gold. You can also change any of your professions inside of the sewers by donating 10,000 gold to this dog statue over here. Unlocking the sewer is just worth it and is pretty easy to do. To get the rusty key, you will only need to donate 60 artifacts and minerals to Gunter at the museum. 60 donations sounds like a lot, but you can do this quite quickly in a new playthrough if you adventure into the regular mines and crack open a few geodes. In the regular mines, there is a big rock right next to the first ladder. You can destroy this big rock with a steel pickaxe, or you can just use a bomb. When you destroy it, there will be a dwarf here. Unfortunately, you cannot understand the dwarf as he only speaks dwarvish. But we really want to speak to him because he sells a rare crow and a bunch of bombs. Buying bombs from the dwarf is just much easier than actually crafting them, especially if you want like 100 mega bombs. To be able to speak to the dwarf, you will need to hit artifact spots around the world until you find 4 dwarvish scrolls. When you donate these 4 dwarvish scrolls to Gunter, he will give you a dwarvish translation guide. And with this, you will be able to understand the dwarf. And now you can give him gifts, befriend him, and most importantly, buy tons of bombs from him. Now for my favorite wallet item in the game. Once you get this thing, you will pretty much automatically be more efficient because that is just how good it is. And that is the key to the town. You can buy this key at Mr. Key's walnut room for only 20 key gems. And if you think about it, it is pretty creepy that Mr. Key is just selling a key like this. A key that will allow you to just enter anyone's home whenever you want to. Yes, this key will let you just enter anyone's home, and that is actually surprisingly useful, especially for the shopkeepers. You know how the shopkeepers only open at 9 AM? Most of the time, if you enter their stores at 6 AM, they are actually standing behind the counter, even though the store is not technically open. This means you can go to Clint the blacksmith and process geodes at 6 AM instead of waiting until 9 AM. This is also true for Gunter at the museum. Piri, Marnie, and Robin are not always at the counter at 6 AM, but they are sometimes there, so this key can really save you a lot of time. The casino is an interesting place, but you can't simply just enter the casino and start gambling because it's an exclusive underground casino and not just everyone can enter. This is where the club card comes in. Once you have the club card, you can just enter the casino and just gamble all of your hard work gold away for some alien rare crows. It is kind of worth it though because you can just place mosques on these rare crows and it can be a very unique decoration decoration piece on your farm. To get the club card, you will have to place a battery pack in the fuse box in the tunnel next to the bus. Then you will get a note that will give you instructions on the next task. The instructions are pretty straightforward and it is pretty easy to do until you get the last step. For the last step, place a solar essence into the mouth of the dragon fossil in the desert. Once you have done that, you can collect the club card in this pile of wood right next to your door. And then you can access the casino. The casino has one other interesting thing up for sale, and that is the magical statue of endless fortune that costs 1 million gold each. These statues will produce a single item per day. If it is someone's birthday, you will get their loved gift. And if it isn't, you can get a diamond, an omni-geode, a gold bar, or even an iridium bar. When you are in your first winter and you enter the bus stop area, you will find what looks like a shadow brute. He will run away from you, but if you follow his footsteps, you will find him hiding in this bush next to the playground. When you do find him, he will reward you with a magnifying glass. And this is actually a really important item to have. The magnifying glass will allow you to find and read secret notes. These notes will unlock a bunch of interesting secrets, and it will also give you random facts about the world and the townspeople. You will need the magnifying glass before you can get a few of the other items in the wallet. With the magnifying glass, you can read secret note number 20, and this secret note will ask you to find a rabbit's foot and then give it to the driver in the van next to the JoJo Mart. The man in the van will trade you a rabbit's foot for a special charm, and you really want that special charm because it will permanently increase your daily luck by a tiny amount. Yes, it only increases it by a tiny amount, but every little bit counts when you are looking for lucky rings, for example. The Bear's Knowledge is another wallet item that you can only get once you have found a magnifying glass. When you read secret note number 23, you can bring some maple syrup with you to the secret woods. And then a bear who is not Old Master Kaloni will be very grateful and he will share his bear knowledge with you. Bear Knowledge will increase the sale price of salmon berries and blackberries by 300%. But completing this is just pretty much for the satisfaction of getting all of the wallet items, because these things do not sell for much, even with the increase. The spring onion mosseri is actually a difficult wallet item to get. Well, maybe it is only hard for me because you will need to reach 8 hearts with Jazz and Vincent in order to get this wallet item. And I'm just pretty bad at making friends. For gifts, you can give Jazz fairy roses or pink cake, and for Vincent, you can just give him grapes. After a long journey of giving them their loved gifts all the way until they're maxed out in hearts, you will get this wallet item, and it will increase the sale price of spring onions by a very impressive 500%. Now each iridium quality spring onion will sell for 80 gold. There are just 2 wallet items left for us to collect, and both of them actually form part of a quest to unlock the wizard's true potential. After completing the community center, you can enter the train area, and the wizard will give you a little quest to retrieve his magic ink. First, speak to Krobus to find out where the dark talisman is. You will need this to access the witch's cave. Krobus will tell you to look inside of the mutant bug lair. All you need to do is run to the end and collect the dark talisman. This is really not hard, as the bugs are just pretty weak and you don't even have to fight them. After retrieving the dark talisman, you just use it on the magic seal that is blocking you from entering the witch's cave. Upon entering the cave, you will need to fish in the water until you find some void mayonnaise. There is a guard that is blocking your way, and the only way to get past him is by giving him something tasty like void mayonnaise. Void mayonnaise is not really tasty and it will actually cause you to lose energy, but the guard likes it. When you enter the witch's cave, just pick up the magic ink on the desk and there you go. You now have all of the wallet items in the game. Just remember to give the magic ink to the wizard and he will allow you to construct some very cool buildings like the golden clock and Junimo huts. And that brings us to the end of the video. Not all of the wallet items are useful, and some of them probably shouldn't even be in the wallet, like the magic ink. But completing the wallet does indeed give you the sense of completion, and it's not that hard to do. If you found this video helpful, consider hitting that subscribe button. But for now, I will see you in the next video.